Welcome. If you're new to my channel, I'm the old, we have the wild, and the farm, and my life over 50. Today I wanted to introduce you to Salt. Salt is one of my mules. I got her off an auction. I only paid $500 for her, and it was about 15 years ago. She's about 18 now, so that's still pretty young for a mule. But we had some troubles last year. In the middle of winter, she kind of foundered on me. And if you don't know what that means, is she had separation of her hoof, and then her toe was pointed down. So she had to have special shoes made to roll her feet back this way, and go to find out she had a very low thyroid problem. So she's on thyroid medicine now. Since she's had the special shoes on, her feet are going back to normal, and her separation is a lot better. I don't know all the technical terms that they call it. I'm not really good at that stuff, so you have to excuse me for that. But she's looking a lot better. She's moving a lot better. She's not in so much pain because she was pain medicine. She's taking thyroid, and she was just been together such a long time, and better now. Her feet are almost back to normal, and I'm so excited. That means we get to go on our trail rides again. She was such a good trail riding buddy that she takes care of me, and I go by myself, and she's had me all over the Bighorns. She's been over in Cody, all over in those hills. I have a lot of footage of her, so I'll definitely share that in the video for you guys. She was traveling a lot better. The horse year was over, and we finally got normal shoes on now. So we get to exercise her today to see how she's moving. And I thought it was cute the other day. She was actually running from me in the field, so I know she's feeling much better. She was running from me. And she didn't take a lame step at all. She was feeling good. And if a mule can smile, she loves to work, and she loves attention. So she's actually smiling right now. Anytime I take her trail riding, I'm hoping to get a camera that I could put on my helmet so you guys can watch us trail ride, especially if she's all better this summer. She's on the mends, and we're going to lunge her a little bit so you guys can see how she's moving out. You get attached to these guys, and they come like family, so I'm so glad that she's doing better. I'll take pictures of her feet. She still has, when they have separation and an infection, they have to take part of the hoof wall, and she still has a little bit in that foot, in the right foot, and I'll take a close-up picture and share it with you guys where her foot is now. It used to be worse. I mean, she used to have it cut up on her, and if you look it up on YouTube of the separation and how they fix with the infection underneath that, you can see how much they really cut off. So she only has that much to go, and all that's gone. So we're excited. Head and lunge her and work her. It's a warm day, and we're out here working the ponies today. But she does need to get in shape, because she did get a little fat on me from just sitting around. For Salt's exercise, I'm just going to lunge her around at a trot, get her trotting. She's not that expert at lunging at all. She's probably trying to figure out what in the world is she trying to do. Because usually she's one of those types that you just hop on and go. With her feet and having the time off she had, she really needs to get back into shape before she really rides with a human on her back. And the only reason we're in the round pen, we just set this up. And I want to put sand in it and put a guard around it to keep the sand in. But we had to put it up right away because my arena is actually super muddy. And I can't even ride in there right now. And I need to get everybody in shape because I have shows coming up, I have shoots coming up, and we need to get everybody in shape real quick. So today, I'm actually going to be exercising everybody, and I videotaped everybody, so stay tuned because we got more to come. Right now, she's actually pulling on me pretty well, lunging. And I'm trying to keep her from running over the camera when she comes around. And in a few minutes you will see me actually change the rope to her side so she's not pulling so hard. She's confused. She has no clue why I'm having her trot around me. We also, she also has a lot of miles in Colorado too. I was all over that country too with her hunting. Her favorite place in Colorado to hunt is in Walden, Colorado. She's doing a lot more better now since I switched it, the rope on the ring on her cheek. She's not pulling me as hard. If you look at her and how she's traveling, she's actually starting to travel one foot after the other. She's so smooth right now. I mean, that's totally different than what she was doing. She was falling over herself. She was hurting so bad that she just didn't want to do anything. Her legs used to shake, and she's came a long ways from that. I'm switching the cheek to the rope to the other cheek. I feel like that worked out pretty well. Get her back in shape. I'm excited to go out on the trail again. I do have a backup horse if I don't get on the trail. Her name's Candy. She's actually my husband's horse. So she'll be my backup. She's really good
out in the trail by herself too. So the next horse coming up is Rocky. I'll introduce him to you guys. He's getting in shape for shooting.
Hi everybody. Okay, this is Rocky. He is my 14-year-old mounting shooting horse. We are going to do some exercise today, and I'm hoping that you guys can see some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing with him, and we're going to show you some exercise I do so I get balanced in the saddle, because that's most important. And then he needs to get in shape because he's been off all winter. So we're going to be trotting. I've been working with him a little bit already, but we're going to do some trotting and some loping, and the trotting we're also going to do some posting. That always helps out. So, but yeah, we're going to show you some of the stuff that we do, and this is what I do to get in shape and get the horse in shape. So it's my opinion only. So what I like to do is, even you could do this at a walk or a trot. But you know how they always say stand up in the stirrups and people just go like this and they don't really stand? You do need to twist your leg a little and then stand, and you're going to squeeze your inner thighs. And then you're standing up. And then you're just going to squeeze your stomach in. And you're just going to walk without holding on. This is how I work on balance. And then you're going to up it a little, and this time you can grab your horn. Make sure you twist your legs though when you're standing. You're going to stand and you're going to trot, and you can kind of hang on right here. But I want you to feel you got to make sure you're squeezing your stomach, and then it works your inner thighs too. So, and then we're going to trot.
The reason I picked Rocky for this exercise because he's pretty mellow and he's really good at this exercise to show you guys. If you're having balance issues, these are good for it.
What we're doing is your inner thigh and your stomach.
I know it looks kind of funny, but it really does work. It makes you kind of get your legs to grab a hold and pushes your heels down. So give it a try. especially if you're having balance issues. And when you're my age, balance is the issue.
And that's going to help your balance. Do some posting. When you guys are posting, if you get lost posting, I know I do this trick. You can count. You can sit back down and say 1, 2, and then go back up. And I don't watch the shoulders. I have never figured that one out, so don't feel bad. Shoulders are hard. I feel by feel. So I do 1, 2, 1, 2, and you can count to yourself to get the right one. If you feel off a little, just sit down and say 1, 2, and then continue.
I know some people use as the shoulder rise and you look down, you see the shoulder rise, then that's when you lift. But every time I ever did that, when I look down, the horse stops. So that's why I like doing the 1, 2, 1, 2, counting to myself posting. And it does take time to learn how to post with your horse and feel your horse. So I always tell people to not think you're going to get it right away. It takes time to travel. And also Rocky has a harder lope. To trot in to actually post. Right there, he wanted to lope because he doesn't like to trot fast. He just likes to just go. So he just has a little bit more rougher trot to him. Now we're loping. This is a good exercise even for you on sitting in your seat and using your stomach muscles, especially even in the round pen because you're actually turning. And then when you stop a horse, and if you turn them into the fence, it gets them into their haunch corner, and makes them turn. So it pushes back on them and it sets them pretty good. And it really gets their back hindquarters in shape. So using the fence line, getting your horse into shape, will really help you get them in shape faster. And every time we go around, you'll see me. I'll turn him right there. And I want him to sit back on his hindquarters and take off. It's an excellent exercise for him. And when you're exercising them, just remember you're trying to get their heart rate up a little bit, just enough. So every time you exercise them, they're also getting a good exercise. And doing circles like this does get the heart rate up. actually can hear him starting to breathe pretty good. So that's my indication that he's starting to, you want them to breathe and get into their lungs. And that's a good indication that they're starting to get a good workout too. Now I'm just going to, since his heart rate's up and also he got some breathing done, I did let him take a moment to rest and I walked him. Now we're on to Virago. It's time for him to get his little exercise. He does have the hat mower on today. We are learning how to use that instead of the side pole because I kind of want to show him this year in it. And we have a show coming up, so I am going to show him in it and see how he does. So we're just walking him around at first. He's a cool little horse. If you're new to my channel, he's my 5-year-old Mustang. I've done a lot of work to. And he's just such a fun little horse to ride. So when I'm walking him out, if you guys watch me, I'm actually moving my hips with him. Encouraging him to walk forward. And it's actually a pretty good exercise for you. It straightens your back. I'm going to do some trotting and loping today. So with him, I'm kind of turning him inside instead of outside because he likes to use the fence to stop and not want to go. So I turn him inside instead of towards the fence for right now until he's kind of over that. Young horses are funny. They always try to figure out a way to get out of things. And he's figured out if we turn into the fence, he can get out of it. Right now I'm backing him, and when I back, so they feel the pressure, especially with the young horse, I want them to feel me kind of leaning back. Because later on, when I lean back, I just want them to back up. And I don't have to do so much work. I want them as wide as possible. We've been working on his lope. He's a little bit more on the lazy side, but he will lope. He just doesn't like to very much. Right now we're doing extended trot, and then I'm gonna ask him to lope. And all my classes I put him in this year is all loping classes, so he has to get used to loping. I do eventually want to start working with him the next couple weeks on shooting. And I would love to have him at least do the rundown loping. He can jot the pattern, but we just won't get no good time. If he could just lope on mounting shooting, it would help both of us. So we'll see how that goes. Last year I did start him on a 22 blanks, and this year I would like to, and I did shoot around him with a 45. This year I like to shoot off of him with that. So we will, when we start in the arena, when it dries up, I will definitely have you guys watch him do it the very first time and stuff. The steps kind of got in the way. He kind of hesitated. He's traveling really good. He's feeling more confident loping. I just think he's been taking him some time to get the confidence that he needed to lope. But he's starting to get it. This is just good for him to go around and around. It also builds his body so he can carry himself a lot easier. Now I'm just gonna let him walk a little bit for like a reward and release and to relax. Now we're going to go on to the next horse. Oh yeah, I was going to do some backing with him, and I was going to show you guys his little sidestep. Little side step. He's so darn cute when he does it. On to the next horse.
Okay, everybody, this is Dawn. She is my 3-year-old. Almost coming 4. She'll probably be 4 about middle of summer, I'm guessing. She's still growing, but she is a Mustang too, and she's a very tall Mustang, very tall. So I've been working with her for a while, and her actual name is Done It Again, because when I bought her was in Billings last summer, and we got her from the Billings auction they had for the Wild Mustangs, and my husband wanted her for a trail horse, so here she is. She's a 3-year-old, and I've been working with her, and we've been doing a lot of groundwork because I didn't want to get on her too soon because she was still growing when we got her. I can't believe the pictures, the old pictures I've have of her till now, how tall she's gotten. She still has to fill out. She still has baby teeth. I could show you the baby teeth she likes. So she still has quite the baby teeth going on. And so we're going to do some ground driving. And today we're going to play around getting on her with treats. We've been practicing that the last week because I wanted to, in about a couple more days, I would like to just get on her and go forward and start riding. It'll be light riding, won't be nothing hard. But she's getting used to the side pull. She's doing really good. She's about there to just get on and ride. She's feeling confident in herself, and but I wanted to show you some ground driving with her.
With ground driving, a lot of people use the bit. I necessarily don't like to use the bit. I've learned, this is just how I do it. I've learned that when you use the bit, sometimes they get kind of on top of each other and they start fighting it. Even when after you bit them up and do all that other work with them, they get a little bit uncomfortable with the bit. I noticed the side pull is a little bit easier on them and they actually understand it a little bit better. And they're not fighting the bit, they're actually learning. Because anytime an animal fights, they're not learning anything. So I went to the side pull and I got a lot better response out of the side pull. So now I use the side pull a lot. You'll notice on her band on the side pull, I do have it wrapped sock, and I have it wrapped around. That's for her nose protection for her nose, so it doesn't bite into her. I don't want it biting into her right now and rubbing her nose raw. So I just I do that, and then at first, because you are using it a lot, and you don't want it to bite in or rub her nose raw. So it's more protection for her, and I don't want her to learn pain right now. I want her to learn that this is comfortable, this is nice, this is not too bad. And right when I'm doing the ground driving, like I'm teaching them the back. So when I'm on top of them, they actually know how to go backwards and find the release of the pressure backwards. Head to the fence, you'll notice that I also bend into the fence, just like I would be turning around in the saddle. I use the fence to turn them too. That's when you're in the saddle and you have a panic response. You can actually kind of turn them into the fence. Just kind of save yourself until the panic situation's over with. So they really got to know how to do that, how to really turn. So we've been practicing that all week long, is turning into the fence. And I'm asking her back again. And when she does back like 1 foot, I will release just so she kind of knows it's a release to the pressure. Also, when you're doing that, you also want to kind of hide behind them, and that kind of helps them too. So when you're guiding them around, now this is actually me getting on her. Well, I'm not getting on her yet. I'm going to lean over her and just kind of give her, this is what we've been practicing on, just leaning over, and then I'll pull the head the other direction. Right now I just don't want her to have any kind of sort of panic. I just want her to stay relaxed. I'll give her a cookie, just letting her kind of know this is fine. It just takes me back to thinking I'm a little kid just playing on a horse, climbing all over the place. I don't ever, my age, I don't break the hard way anymore. I did do a couple coats that away and I just enjoy. Now I'm starting to give her more treats. I'll do it again. And what I'm doing is I'm letting her feel me getting on and off. This is good practice so she can feel me getting on and off. And I'll pull her back, make her move a little. Just so she can kind of feel the movement underneath her. It should never be a panic situation. Then when I climb down off of her, she's feeling me pulling on her when I climb down, so it kind of gets them used to going off and on. Right now I'm just sitting on her, petting her, touching her. This just comes a game to her. This is where the patience comes in. Giving them time to kind of figure this out, it pays off. This is the first time I actually throw a leg up and over her. Very first time. And that's how calm I want her to be. Now I'm just rubbing, I'm going to rub her side a little bit on the other side so she can kind of feel me on the other side. You'll see that I'm kind of playing around with the stirrup. Just rubbing with her a little bit, giving her a treat, giving her pets. And if she does move, what I want her to move is I want her to move backwards or disengage the hind quarter at first. Now do the bend her around, extra bend. Her reward is me getting off. I'm going to get off of her in a few seconds and give her a reward. Or just letting me sit there. She's feeling that movement, brand new to her, and she didn't phase. Lifting the leg up and over. Now I'm going to get on her again. only thing I want her to do is be nice and calm and relaxed. This shouldn't be a panic situation. So what I'm building up to a horse to be is trusting me, looking for answers, not being scared. Right now I'm just pretty much hanging out with her. Now I'm just going to ask her for a little bit more, disengage the hindquarters. She does it beautiful for the very first time. And then for reward, I get off. And we get back on again. And this time, I'm going to be asking her a little bit more. I'm going to ask her to back up. The natural movement for a horse is not really to back up for you. First, I'm just asking her for her head. Wait for her to give it to me. She does a beautiful job doing it. A beautiful back. And that's the beginning of a first ride. If you guys have enjoyed this, please subscribe. Push the like button. And I'm hoping that you join me with other ones because I will be starting to get everything ready for mountain shooting. And I'll show you some stuff with that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And hopefully we'll see you next time.